right, so tomorrow's May 1st, so we wanted to get a little snapshot of what the garden looks like at the middle of spring here. So let's come over this way and we'll start with the new garden. Here we have the thyme that's planted in there is not doing very well because it's not getting consistent water. Who would have thought you had to water in April in Humboldt County? But this year you do. Precosmias, we moved them over here, put them in a box so they can't spread and take over the world like they were doing over there. And got a jasmine that's just now starting to put out new shoots, so there's hope for that. And this is one of my winter broccolis. You'll see a few of these here. I planted broccoli as a winter crop, but I planted them too late, so they did absolutely nothing until now. And they're making these weird broccolis. So we're gonna eat those very soon. And then this is our geisha gone wild. A beautiful little Japanese maple. This is her first year here, so she'll be coming along. You will see carrots every here and there because that was another one of my winter crops that did not do very well. And here's another one, leeks. I planted them, of course, too late, so they're just now coming along here. I'd love to have that space for some spring plants, but we'll get it back soon. These peas, these are Magenta sugar snap peas. Never grown them before, but they are growing like crazy. It's going to be great. I got high hopes for those. Kale was another one of my winter crops, so we have an abundance of kale. I don't know. See, these are doing much better. We've been eating off of these lately. And behind here is a row of blue sweet peas. A couple years ago, I bought one heirloom sweet pea plant that was blue, and I saved the seeds, and last year we had a couple of them, and I saved the seeds, and this year we got a lot of them. So I thought in this new area it would be nice to have just a wall of blue flowers. And here's some more winter broccolis. And there's a rose back here.
It's really sad.
Yeah. The rose used to be in this back corner, and it did great. And it's bright red, and I loved it. So I brought it out here where it'll be a little bit more visible. It's gonna be great.
You have a glad stuck back there.
And there's there's a couple of gladiolas here and there too. These are green bunching onions, and they're doing well. Again, it was a winter crop. And here we have our wisteria. This is its first year here, and it's just now starting to make leaves. We gave it quite this nice sturdy structure for it to grow on, and hopefully it'll take us up on the offer and just fill in really nicely here. Yeah, it's doing great. We have snapdragon left from last year, and we have our tower of jewels. Well, it's one plant. It had 8 tops at one time, but they all broke off except these 2. This took 3 years for this to flower, and I don't know, we'll see what happens. I mean, if it makes babies, we'll probably try and keep 1 or 2 of them and have this again sometime. Here's my sunflower patch, and look at, they're doing great already. I may have started them kind of early. And over here we have our mint patch. And there's some blue potatoes and some Yukons in there. These are cauliflowers. And I put some summer squash in here. And we'll see, I don't know, it's turning yellow, so we'll see what happens. And of course, here's our abundance of kale. Continuing. I had a bunch of lettuce. Some of this had been growing in the greenhouse, but I needed space, so I brought it out here, and immediately, and a lot of them were little plants, and immediately birds I think, ate it all. I mean, really just totally destroyed it. It's coming back now, but yeah, that was kind of disappointing. And then I just put some cucumbers in there. What do you got? Oh, the horseradish is looking lovely. And this rose has had a real rust problem, and it seems like that's not so much of a problem today. A little bit, yeah.
It's looking really good though.
We'll spray it again and see if we
These
can
are looking good too up
keep
here.
it. Oh yeah, we got the snowballs and the lilacs. They always bloom at the same time. Here's some more peas, just regular sugar snaps, onions, garlic. These sugar snaps over here I planted a long time ago and they did absolutely nothing, and the new ones are way ahead of them. Here's some glads that I moved most of the glads from here last year, but there's a few left and they're already up. We're about to get some fire pokers. The dahlias are all coming up.
Baby dahlias.
Yep. And there's more over here. This one just came up.
Oh, I thought maybe it was
Somebody's
one, too.
chewing it.
Yeah, once they get going, the bugs can't keep up.
This one's not coming up, but this one is. This one might still. And this thing is just in the way because this is the path.
That's the
But
blue
at least we got
shrimp
something.
flower.
And then here's a little iris. And there used to be freesias out here, but none of those happened this year. We had them last year. And there's the big iris, but we'll go around the other side so we can see that.
Everything's a little bit scraggly still.
There's a couple of lupins out in there, and I have a bigger one in the greenhouse that I'm probably going to bring out. And there used to be 2 lupins, and now I only see 1. So who knows? The dill doesn't look like it's doing very good.
No, and there was something else you planted over here that I pulled up that was just dead. I think it might have been a
Oh, it's cilantro.
cilantro, yeah.
Yep.
Just gone.
Well,
Yeah, some things they have to struggle.
got some snapdragons here. That one got its top lopped off. I'm not sure quite how. But and then this whole path is new, and this has fairy time, and that's doing really well. So hopefully that'll all fill in. We got a marigold in the Victory Garden here.
Pokers are doing good. These had little birds hanging upside down from them yesterday. Oh, that's pretty.
That's doing good.
Chrysanthemum. Alyssum. And there's your chai flowers about to go crazy.
You'll be seeing those on salads soon. Here's that iris from this side where you can see it better. Nice big iris flowers. And then over here we have a few sweet peas. They just grow up this side because there's nothing right inside the greenhouse right there. These things. This is a new thyme. We'll see how that goes. Parsley seems to be holding up pretty
Yeah, that's
well.
from last year.
And this is the thyme from last year. And the strawberries they're a little odd this year. We'll see what happens when they really get going. A couple more sweet peas back here. And then here's the big wall of the colorful sweet peas that I grow every year. So that'll be great. And we have a fennel, but it's growing in rocks and there's no way to dig the root out, so you can just use it for the leaves. So in the greenhouse, come on in. It's a little messy because, you know, this is a workspace. There's the lupin that I'll probably bring outside. This ginger grew really well last year, but it didn't flower. It's a white ginger, which is one of my favorite flowers in Hawaii. So I brought it in here to see what it does. I may or may not move it outside later on in the season. The tomatoes are going, and more green bunching onions. And over here, this is a winter crop of lettuce. Look at it go. I mean, wow.
That goes a long ways too. I made your salad out of like 5 pieces.
Yeah, I should just grow all my lettuce in here. And I'm not sure what this is going to do. It seems to be doing okay. This is a serrano that wintered over. All of these funny looking things. If they don't do better soon, they will be replaced with a new plant because I need to have some serranos. And this ricotta is going crazy, but I also just noticed it's getting something.
Yeah, it looks like aphids.
Aphids.
Oh, great. Whoops.
And I've got some spray for that, so I will be back out here shortly to take care of that. Got a couple more kale if we need them somewhere. And this is, you know, we've been using this as a nursery, so we've got a lot of little plants left. We'll see what we do with them. Some of these, Love in the Mist, we didn't have anywhere else. We've got a few more snapdragons.
I don't know where they're gonna go.
But yeah, we'll see. There's 2 snapdragons here. And then, out here,
the noisy spinner.
Out here, the lemon tree, it was doing great. It was full of lemons, and then all of a sudden it just crapped out. So I don't know if it's dead or if it's going to come back. It did something like this a couple of years ago when it was still in its little pot, and it came rushing back. I mean, it lost all its leaves, and then it came rushing back and did great for a couple of years. So we'll see. It's been in the ground here for less than a year now, and it should be a nice spot. It should love it here, but apparently, I don't know, it doesn't. Here's a dahlia coming up here, more glads. These are more peas. Here's another one of the wonderful winter broccolis.
This fit. We gotta eat that soon.
And this one.
Oh, look at that.
Giant head.
One bite.
Yeah.
It's funny because we've grown them when they were so giant before that it was like meals.
I think we've got a couple that are going to do that, but the winter ones, no. And here's more leeks, and they haven't even gotten big enough. I mean, we're going to start eating these, but they're like green onion size. It's weird. And this jasmine is starting to put out some new growth, so it's all hopeful. And that's the garden tour as of May Day 2021.